Christine. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. How have you been since our last session?
You know what? I'm doing a lot better.
Okay.
I think I'm doing a lot better mentally.
Well, that's good. So, since last time we met, just a couple extra pointers. One, this is our last session, so we're going to be wrapping up everything, looking back, looking into the future, all that kind of stuff. Also, whatever you say in here stays between you and I, unless I feel like you are going to harm yourself or could potentially harm others.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yes.
Okay, so last time we met, you were getting ready to go on spring break with your boyfriend.
Yes.
How did that go?
We had a great time. It was
That's
definitely
good.
a lot of fun, and we did a lot of things. We swam with dolphins, we went RTVing on the beach, we went snorkeling, we went on a boat. It was definitely a great vacation. Well-needed vacation.
That's good. That sounds like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it seemed like you were kind of distracted a lot during the day, so you kind of couldn't think about anything that was worrying you or distracting you or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how has watching your weight been going?
It's been getting it. You know what? I don't even look at it anymore like watching my weight. It's kind of like this is what I do every day just to, to be healthy and not overeat and not binge eat and not be eating like just, big amounts of food at in a small amount of time and then like the next day starving yourself, So I think Weight Watchers has really helped me with that. And I'm still on it and I haven't gone off of it. Even on vacation, I went off of it a little bit. I mean, I wasn't counting every point every year, but I wasn't getting anxiety about not counting points, which is usually where I would feel guilty or something like the other kind of diets I was doing or just like the kind of lifestyles I was living. It was super healthy, but Weight Watchers gives you that leeway that you could have a piece of chocolate and not have the whole bag because you feel like you can't have it the next day. And it's still incorporating in your daily points kind of thing. That's how they do it. But I definitely feel like a lot better from it. I feel like now it's kind of more like a habit. I don't not count points because it's just what I do. So but vacation I had I definitely had splurge a little bit. I definitely had ice cream every night and but I was on vacation and I was having a good time and I was enjoying myself. I wasn't going to not eat just because I was on vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely seems like you've made a complete 180 from where you were before, because it seems like you were very apprehensive to do certain things because the way they can make you feel, the way you could possibly look, and now you're like, man, I'm on vacation. I could eat ice cream if I want.
Yeah.
And not worry about it. And that kind of shows how much you've grown from the start, because you used to be so anxious and afraid to do certain things because of the possible outcomes. Now you're like, no, I got this.
Yeah.
This is my habit. This is my new lifestyle.
Exactly.
I'm going to run with it.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I feel. I feel that, by doing this, by doing Weight Watchers, and I don't even call it Weight Watchers anymore because kind of it's just what I do. I'm allowed to have dairy and I'm allowed to have, like I said, a little bit of ice cream, a little bit of this. It's all about your portion and your controls and stuff like that. And I look back in the past and I was like, how could I ever eat like that? Eat super healthy one day and then the next day just eat whatever I want, and then eat super healthy the next day and the next day eat whatever I want. You need consistency, and I feel like maybe that's why I feel better about myself. I also have been able to go to the gym every day, and it's become kind of almost therapeutic to me, because when I run on the treadmill or when I go to my kickboxing class, I feel almost a sign of relief when I'm done. All my anxiety is left out there. I'm not thinking about all the papers I have to do. I'm not thinking about the stress at work. I'm just leaving it there in the gym, and then I could go about my day. So the both combinations have been really helpful.
It definitely sounds like you found some sort of outlet for all of your feelings, whatever you're feeling, whether positive or negative, you're kind of putting that towards your workout and using that towards a motivation. You're I have 17 papers to do when I get home, but I know that this half hour, 40 minutes, whatever you're doing, is my time. It's me time.
Yeah, exactly.
I get to think about what I want to do. Yeah,
and definitely the class that I take is very intense. So it's an hour. So this is an hour for me just to focus on me, and not focus in an unhealthy way, but going to get pancakes, and eating excessively, because that's what I would do. I'm I'm taking a break, like, right now, let me binge on chocolate chip cookies. Like, no, that's not a good way to relieve stress.
Right.
Good way of relieve stress is to go to the gym and, work out and feel better. And I do feel a lot better.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you kind of turned your whole mindset around it. Like, it used to be like, you want to, if you feel like you're in a binge, it's okay to feel like that. But knowing that you have something to kind of, not so much counteract it, but, like, you're going to binge, you're going to feel guilty.
Right.
But you're going to how to make yourself feel better at this point.
Exactly. Yeah, like, I know the feelings that I get before I'm going to go to binge. Then, stopping, like, okay, let me take a deep breath. Like, I don't need to binge by doing Weight Watchers because I'm allowed to have a small portion of this and not feel guilty because it's included in my lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even like using the term diet anymore because it's so silly.
And that's kind of, I think, the most profound and most important part of this whole fact is, like, you were doing it because you wanted to look good for this vacation. But you kind of were like, wait a second, that's not really realistic. And like, okay, like, I'm going to stop the yo-yo dieting.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's not realistic. Having these high days where you're binge, and then you go through all these, like, negative emotions afterwards, finding something that works for you to the point where you're not even calling it a diet anymore. Like, it's not Weight Watchers. This is what I do every day. This is part of my life now.
Exactly.
And, like, that's, like, the big takeaway from this whole thing is that you found something that works for you. Like, what works for you might not work for me. What works for you might not work for the next guy. It could work for somebody else, but as long as you found what works for you and you're using it to your advantage, that's what matters.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, you did the research all on your own. I was just a springboard. You did it all on your own. You're the one who was like, oh, I'm going to start going to the gym. Yeah. And, like, knowing that you have the power in yourself to do all these things, that's what's important.
Yeah, it's definitely very empowering. I feel very positive, like, on a daily basis. Like, every day I wake up, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to the gym, then I'm going to start my schoolwork, So I definitely feel a lot better.
Well, that's good. So how do you think you've changed during this whole process?
I think I've grown just, like, mentally about everything. Like, I have a different perspective on dieting and, I guess, like, eating right and what's healthy and what's not. But, like, I just had, like, a different take on it.
So what do you think, how do you see it now?
I see it just like, you can eat what you want, just at small portions, and you don't, by allowing yourself just to have that small portion, which is like, the portion size, instead of, like 6 cookies, like have 2, and then, like, you feel satisfied. But in the past, like, if I didn't start Weight Watchers, I would deprive myself of those cookies, and then, like, at a later date, I would just eat the whole roll, know? Yeah.
So how do you feel now that, like, how do you feel more mentally now that you have this kind of structure?
Yeah, I feel like mentally I'm just, like, more positive, and I feel like I don't need to worry so much about it. I, like, don't really have a lot of worries, like, which I'm lucky for, but, like, I don't have, like, to put so much energy into this, like, I could just, like, let my mind relax,
Right, yeah, definitely. So how do you feel, like, physically after going?
Physically, I feel great. I feel like I feel like my body just feels good, like, and I sleep well at night. I wake up well rested, so I feel a lot better. I don't wake up in the morning, like, starving and I need to eat because I skipped dinner last night, like, I feel well rested. I feel like in the morning I wake up and, I could start the day.
Right, it kind of seems like it's all kind of like a cyclic motion, like, like, you eat well, you stay with your numbers, you're not worrying. You're not worrying, you're sleeping at night, you're waking up feeling better, feeling refreshed.
Exactly.
It's just kind of like over and over again motion. It's kind of going through everything.
Yes, absolutely.
It seems like you're very in a much better place now.
Yes, I am in a much better place.
And, like, how are people reacting to this change in you?
I think they're really, I don't know, like, I feel like my mom's, like, noticed, like, I guess I'm more pep in my stuff, and, like, I haven't been, like, obsessing about my weight, so it's not something I talk about all the time.
Right.
Like, I used to talk about it all the time, But now I feel like, I don't need to talk about it all the time.
Right. That's kind of, like, the most important thing. One of the most important things is, like, this is the only way you're going to get, like, you chop your hair off, you can get wig, you can get extension. You break a nail, you can get fake put on. But, like, this is the only body that you get, so you kind of have to
keep it good, yeah.
Keep it good, keep it the way you want it, and keep it healthy.
Yeah.
And like same goes for your brain, like, and your mind. And, you know, if you're not like the way that something's going for you, you have the power to change it.
Yeah.
And I think you kind of realize that, you know, like I wasn't liking myself and my habits before.
Right.
You know, now you found what's working for you. Now it's like, oh yeah, like I could do this, I could do that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So, looking into the future, where do you kind of see yourself with this? You know, with the weight and with the working out and everything.
I see myself, you know, being able to just conquer really anything. Just feeling like I don't have to worry like that, you know, so much anymore. I just feel like in the future, like I won't have to worry about eating like, you know, super healthy or super clean the first day, and like I said, like super unhealthy or binging the next day. Like it's not a worry to me anymore. I just feel like my life will be just easier.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad you kind of have seen that, you know, this is working now.
Right.
And then as long as you kind of stick to it and have the same motivation that you have now, it's going to work for you in the long haul as well. So, how do you feel about this relationship coming to an end?
Oh, it's, you know what, I feel like I got the right tools I need now to move on. Like, I feel like, you know, I'm good. Like, I feel like, you know, what I took what I learned from, you know, our sessions, and now I was able to apply it, and now I just have to stick with it, you know.
Yeah, definitely see more of a confidence in you, like when you speak and just kind of what you're talking about. It's not so much, oh well, you know,
yeah,
like you're much more positive in yourself, and you know now.
Right.
Like I could just see it in you, like you know that you can do anything.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you can do whatever you set your mind to.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap this up.
Okay.
So I'm going to we're going to leave it on a good note, you know, where you're high and positive and all that stuff. I will give you a check-in, probably like in a month or so, just kind of make sure we're on the same track, you're still using your tools properly, and that you feel like you're doing well on your own, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.